What's your takeaway, Trisha?
When one door closes, another door should open.
But if it doesn't then?
Go in through the window. Just give life a good tickling.
These last 2 years have really tickled your funny bones.
When these 2 years of self-realization could change me, then imagine our country and the dramatic change it witnessed over the past 75 years.
Oh, how ably you have weaved and flashed the annual theme of our school, India 75.
Told you, I'm quite a witty chap, and so are you.
Thank you, Trisha. Dear audience, we roll out a red carpet of welcome to all the profound dignitaries, valued parents of whom many are alumni of the PSBB Chennai group of schools, invitees, well-wishers, and friends to Sahithya Vaibhavam of Bards and Ballads.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I'm Manaswini Bhaskar, the head girl of PSBB LLA.
And I'm Parth Gupta, the head boy.
Today, we begin our program seeking the divine blessings of our dear YGP ma'am. Padma Shri awardee, Dr. Mrs. YG Parthasarathi is a saga who is instrumental in building the empire of the Padma Seshadri Balabhavan group of schools, Chennai, and our PSBB Millennium group of schools. She is known to the world as a teacher, a pioneer educationalist who is rooted to tradition, an able administrator, a journalist, an orator, actor, and a homemaker. Ma'am is prodigious in the field of education and culture. We at PSBB LLA, year on year, strive to live up to the expectations of YGP ma'am, who is an ambassador of culture and heritage. We firmly believe that ma'am is always with us in true spirits. We stand here today with your divine blessings, ma'am.
We now request the members of the management of the PSBB Millennium Group of Schools, Mr. YGR and Mr. Abhinav Dhar, and our chief guest, Ms. Navya Natarajan, to be led by our dear ma'am, Mrs. Mahalakshmi Kumar, Principal, PSBB LLA, to occupy the seats on the dais. A special mention about Mr. Shantanu Prakash, Trustee, Learning Leadership Foundation. Sir is an educationist and a pioneer in technology. Sir is known for his dynamism and progressive thoughts. A special mention to Mrs. Sheila Rajendra, Dean, Director, and Correspondent, Padma Seshadri Balabhavan Group of Schools, Chennai. Her passion for education and extensive academic support has helped our school to excel in all areas. Ma'am has also been a recipient of the Women Achiever Award by the US Consulate, Chennai. Mr. YG Rajendra, Managing Trustee, Padma Seshadri Balabhavan Group of Schools, has relentlessly steered us in all our endeavors. YGR sir wants excellence in academics, and this he ensures by encouraging ISO audit and multiple holistic development in children through debates, quiz, movie appreciation, creative writing, and other interesting events. We welcome you, sir. We cordially welcome Mr. Abhinav Dhar, Trustee of Learning Leadership Foundation. Sir is extremely articulate and a sought-after speaker. His innovative ideas are a product of his up-to-date knowledge and wide travels. His vision of transforming the teaching-learning process through the use of technology has brought technology to the classrooms. We welcome you, sir. We are grateful to all the principals, headmistresses, and teachers of the PSBB Millennium Group of Schools, Chennai, Cuddalore, and Coimbatore for gracing the occasion. And our beloved parents, we extend a very warm welcome to you all. Your unwavering support has always been a source of motivation for us. Now over to Sheetal ma'am and Manjunath sir.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Good evening, everybody. I, Sheetal Shetty,
and Manjunath DN
are deeply honored to have been given this opportunity to introduce and welcome our dear colleagues who have completed 10 years of service with our school. Congratulations on your service milestone. Dedicated teachers such as you make it possible for the school to pursue its mission to create a smarter, healthier, and more equitable student community. Teaching is not a one-way street. As much as we help shape our students' course of lives, they too help us grow and make us be the best version of ourselves. As we celebrate the teachers completing 10 years in our school, we are sure of one thing. Each one of you is a teacher at heart, and you keep your students at heart of whatever you do. I now request Abhinav sir to do the honors. Let us put our hands together for Miss Mamta Sethi. A pleasant person, Mamta ma'am is always surrounded by happy children. She is extremely patient in teaching young students. She is a lively teacher who never misses an opportunity to entertain students on stage. A good team player, ma'am enjoys traveling and is known to plan them meticulously. I now welcome Ms. Shanmuga Priya M. Shanmuga ma'am's mantra of success seems to be silence is golden. She is our school's search engine with a heart and smile. Children look forward to visit the library as she has a unique way with her books and students. Ma'am is a teacher too, but without a classroom, because she has a library and her books where she finds her solace. She has always been thoughtful and helpful. Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Spandana Amudapalli, or should I say, Ms. Tech Savvy Andana. Spandana ma'am is a jack of all trades and an expert at integrating technology into her history and geography lessons. Her PowerPoint presentations add color and life to her classes. Radio LLA benefits greatly from her keen interest in music and mechanics. Thank you so much, ma'am. Please put your hands together to welcome Ms. Anandi Ramesh. Anandi ma'am's life is chemistry. She helps dilute or evaporate her students' sorrows, filter their mistakes, and boil their ego. In short, she has a solution to every student's problem. She makes learning chemical reactions and understanding chemical equations easy. Ma'am always acts like a proton and stays positive. She is an ardent fan of classical music and dance. Thank you, ma'am. We would now like to extend our appreciation and thanks to some of our support staff members for their commendable dedication and hard work for these long years.
ನಾನು ಈಗ ದಾಕ್ಷಾಯಿಣಿ ಅವರನ್ನು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಇವರು ಶಾಲೆಯ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪರಿಚಿತ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರು. ಇವರು ಪ್ರತಿದಿನದ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಮೊದಲನೆಯ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೆಡೆಯೂ ಓಡಾಡಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಅವರ ಪರ್ಯಾಯ ತರಗತಿಗಳು ಅಂದರೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕುರಿತಾಗಿ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ನೀಡಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರ ಸಹಿಗಳನ್ನು ಪಡೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಇವರು ಶಾಲಾ ಆವರಣ ಹಾಗೂ ತರಗತಿಗಳ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛತೆಯ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ತಮ್ಮ 10 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಸೇವೆಗೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು. ಈಗ ರಾಧಮ್ಮ ಅವರನ್ನು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಇವರು ಹಲವಾರು ವಲಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶಾಲಾ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛತೆಯ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ, ಶಾಲಾ ವಾಹನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹಾಯಕಿಯ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಿರುವ ಇವರು ಸದ್ಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಾಲಯದ ಸಹಾಯಕಿಯಾಗಿ ಸೇವೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತಮ್ಮ ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ಸೇವೆಗೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು. ಈಗ ಯಶೋದಮ್ಮ ಅವರನ್ನು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಇವರು ಪ್ರಾಥಮಿಕ ಶಾಲಾ ವಿಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛತೆಯ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಸರಳತೆ, ದಕ್ಷತೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಮುಗ್ಧತೆಯ ಪ್ರತೀಕವಾಗಿರುವ ಇವರು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮೆಚ್ಚುಗೆಗೂ ಪಾತ್ರರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತಮ್ಮ ಈ 10 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಸೇವೆಗೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಅನಂತ್ ಪೋಲಿ ಅವರನ್ನು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಅನಂತ್ ಅವರು ಶಾಲೆಯ ಭದ್ರತಾ ವಿಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳೆದ 10 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ದಕ್ಷ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ದಕ್ಷ ಭದ್ರತಾ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಗ್ಗಳಿಕೆಯೂ ಇವರದಾಗಿದೆ. ತಮ್ಮ ಅದ್ಭುತ ಸೇವೆಗೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು ಅನಂತ್ ಅವರೇ. ಇನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am. It was indeed a moment of pride. Can we have another round of applause for this committed lot?
May I request Abhinav Dhar sir to address the gathering.
Good evening. Very, very happy to be here, and with the blessings of our legendary founder, Dr. Mrs. Y.G. Parthasarathi, it's such a delight to see after these historic, terrible times that we saw through over the last couple of years, 3 years, it almost appeared to be a dream that at some point of time we will be able to all get together, assemble here. And on my part, I would like to take the opportunity to express my gratitude to all the stakeholders who were gathered here today, the parents, the students, the teachers, the management, and of course all the staff of the school under one roof or no roof but together. So that's awesome to see. And once again, welcome to all of you. And I don't want to stay in between the spectacular performances that our students are about to put up for you. So sit back, enjoy the show, and God bless our students. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. It is indeed a matter of great joy that we have all gathered here to celebrate the annual day after 2 years of gap. Thank you, sir.
Let's put our hands together to welcome our chief guest, Ms. Navya Natarajan. A graceful and accomplished Bharatanatyam dancer, Navya Natarajan stays true to the classical and resplendent art of Bharatanatyam with her touch of creativity and uniqueness. Navya ma'am holds a master's degree in microbiology and has worked as a research assistant at the Vittal Malya Scientific Research Foundation in Bangalore. But she decided to go with a passion that is so strongly rooted in her heart, Bharatanatyam. She started the Navya Dance Academy in Bangalore to train young dancers in this art form. She was trained under eminent gurus like Srimati Radhika Kalyani in Chennai and under Guru Srimati Padmini Ramachandran. She had her Arangetram at the tender age of 10. Some of her noteworthy performances include the Dance Festival at the Music Academy in Chennai, Prangnath Festival by Sangeet Natak Academy, Prastar Festival, Surya Festival in Kerala, Bangalore International Arts Festival, Kinkini Festival, Nehru Centre in London, Indian Fine Arts Academy, and many more. With a rare gift for weaving epic stories and human experiences in a single cohesive strand, she makes the seemingly archaic movements of Bharatanatyam come alive for audiences across generations, cultures, and geographies. Her innate talent has been recognized across the country, and ma'am has received various awards like the Yuva Kala Bharati Award from the Bharat Kalachar Chennai, Kala Ratna Award from Cleveland, recipient of the Sanatan Nritya Puraskar from Sanatan Sangeet Sanskriti, New Delhi, to name a few. We welcome you, ma'am. May I now request ma'am to address the gathering.
Thank you so much. Don't be perturbed with this. It's just to keep myself on track because I tend to go on a tangent when I start to speak about art and its influence in my life. So thank you so much for firstly inviting me. I thank Mahalakshmi ma'am and all the teachers and volunteers here for making me a part of this annual celebration, and I'm really looking forward to witnessing Sahithya Vaibhavam. So when they actually requested me to be a part of this and told me to speak a few words on liberal arts, I sat down to jot down a few points, and I was completely caught unaware because I wasn't sure where do I start this conversation from. Because I was all of 3 when I actually stepped onto the stage to do a short folk number. And I just realized that this art form has been with me since then, from the age of 3. And I don't want to tell you how old I am now. So, it's had a huge influence in shaping my identity, in influencing the way I look at life and my perspectives on life. So thank you so much. And as I was going through that, a newfound love and respect for the form emerged. Not that I'm not in love with the form. I completely adore the form. But, sometimes when you go back to your school days and college days, there are days when you think of how beautiful it was. And I just felt this newfound love. That's all I can say. And I'm really looking forward to my dance sessions, practice sessions, where I can actually relive those moments. So I'm really excited for myself. So now, I'd like to share a few thoughts that I was actually jotting down. So, you know, dance or theatre or music has a special place in my art, not just because I'm a performing artist, but because I'm aware of the life-shaping power it possesses that sometimes gets overlooked. And I can say this with conviction from my personal journey and that of many others, and that too of my students. Nowadays, there's a lot of conversation around art and its importance in one's life. During my growing up years, there went all these discussions. I just studied dance or learned dance the way I would learn a subject in school, and they both went parallel to each other. Thanks to the support and encouragement of my parents who were with me through and through. Because my dad made sure that I developed and learned the skills to earn a living for myself, and my mother, who was very passionate about the arts, made sure that I danced and practiced every day. She's right here and she does that to date. And there were no room for excuses in my life. I remember during school and college days, some of my friends asking me, what is this relationship that you share with your dance? What is that bonding about? What does it mean to you? I must frankly say here that I never thought much about it then. It was a part and parcel of my life. It was a normal chore, a day-to-day chore that I would do without any hassle. It was much later that I knew that I was growing passionate about the art form. And as I grew older, I realized its importance and value in my life. The way it influenced, like how I said before, the way it influenced the way I think, my perspective and my approach to life. There were a lot of life lessons that art taught me. Just to talk about a small episode that happened during my 10th grade. I don't know if the 10th grade students can relate to this. So we had the ICSE exam, the 10th board exam, and I had my physics exam on that particular day. And the day prior to that was a performance. And it was a model exam, luckily not the board exam. It was a model exam just a couple of months before the board. And as luck would have it, our batch was the last batch that had to do the 8th, 9th, and 10th portions for the 10th board exam. So you can imagine the amount of information I had to cramp up then. And my dance teacher, Srimati Padmi Ramachandran, was a very tough taskmaster. Rain or shine, she would never entertain any excuse for not rehearsing and being there for the performance. And she would always say that one has to be very professional in their approach. Come what may, you have to know how to approach your art form. So again, there were no excuses there. And then, luckily, and she's quite known to throw these curveballs at us, because there are times when she would do the choreography of the piece at the very last moment, or she would just change it prior to the performance. Now, if you're having a performance right now, she would just call us backstage and say, I don't want this, I want you to do this. And we had to just grasp it, because there was no other talk there. So, with such training, what happened is, luckily I was able to perform, and I was able to do the exam. And I fared decently well, I suppose. But I never knew what was happening at that point. It was much later when I sat to analyze exactly what transpired, what helped me juggle these two things at that time, was that my parents used to always reiterate this particular thing, saying, you have to give quality time. It's about being focused, giving undivided attention at that particular moment. And I realized that's what was happening to me when I was in dance class. I had to visually absorb what was being told to me. And in dance, we have a lot of rhythmic sequences that have to be done at a particular rhythmic cycle. And if you don't have the head space or the mind space to absorb it, you would just miss it. So then I realized that being present at that time was what was working for me. So when I was studying, I was completely there. And while I was dancing, I was completely there. There was no other way out. So that was a very important life lesson that I learned. And I'm sure that a lot of, I don't see a lot of students here, I see a lot of parents, but, I'm sure a lot of your children are into music, into dance, and I'm sure you and they know, the grind, what goes into it. And the art form that I'm pursuing, Bharatanatyam, is extremely demanding, to say the least. It involves hours of dedicated practice to develop muscle memory. It tests one's endurance levels. It takes hours of practice to just master and execute a single step. Hence, it is not a mindless movement of the limbs. Initially one spends hours just getting the technique right. And then it has a lot of mental and physical coordination, balance, learning the techniques of expressing an emotion aesthetically. All this comes with time, and to perfect it, one needs dedication and discipline. And this was a very important thing that it instilled in me at a very young age. I didn't know it then, but it was much later that I realized that these two qualities had a huge impact on my life, on various aspects of my life. Because as a school-going child, I would have to get up. My mom would make sure that I practice, then have a shower, rush to school, come back, do my homework, go to dance class, come back. And the trade-off here was I get to play with my friends. So I would really work hard. So, and I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet here. It's just to try and draw your attention to the fact that you give your undivided attention, you can make things work. And I wasn't a very self-disciplined, motivated child. It took me some time. And I actually learned by making mistakes. I actually heard that one of the teachers here actually encourages that, and you learn from making mistakes. And this art form taught me that as well. Taking risks. There's a lot of learning that comes from taking risks, making mistakes, receiving both constructive feedback and criticism that can rip you apart. I'm not scaring you guys, but this is the truth. So as artists, we spend a lot of time creating pieces. We mull over concepts. Like I was just speaking to Mahalakshmi ma'am, that it took a lot of time for them to actually come up with this concept and stage it here. It's not an easy feat. It is quite a tough, demanding one. So we as artists go through this, we mull over pieces, and it takes us a lot of time. We have to marinate in it. And it takes some time for us to conceptualize and then articulate that to the audience, and also to open the doors so that others can view this performance. And, we're ready. We do get our brickbats and sometimes get judged. Opinions are given. But it's fair to receive all of it, is what I understood much later. Initially, it was very difficult, but as with time and experience and age, one realizes that it's okay to be judged. It's okay to make mistakes, because that's going to be your stepping stone to learning and to succeed in those lessons. And, another lesson that I learned, I'm just trying to cut it short because I can go on and on. I first considered dance to just be my hobby, like I said earlier. It was much later that I understood what it meant to me. And I was a child. Growing up, I was a child who was constantly worried about the future, the uncertainties, over-analyzing my past. Not that I don't do it anymore. I haven't mastered it yet. I am work in progress. So I would actually shackle myself because of these thoughts, and I just couldn't be productive after that. And that's when I realized that perhaps dance has an answer to all of this. And without even realizing that, even to date, I do that, where I just switch on the music and I let my body move. I don't force it. I just let it move. Let it speak for itself. And then slowly what I realized was, because when we do rigorous training, the muscle memory is always there with us, and that rather kicks in. And I distinctly remember when I was a child, I was moving my hand this way, and my eye went to that hand. You know, it was directed to that movement, and my mind also was drawn to that movement. And it is very interesting because in Natya Shastra, which is an extensive treatise on art written by sage Bharata Muni, there's a beautiful shloka in Sanskrit. It says, Yato hasta tato drishti, yato drishti tato manha, yato mana tato bhava, yato bhava tato rasa. Which means, where your eye goes, your mind is drawn. Where your mind is, your heart is drawn. And where your heart goes, emotions emerge. And if I can experience that emerge, that's the rasa, the flavor. And it's so practical. It is not something that it's only written in a book. It's very practical, and that's what I experienced. And I felt a sense of freedom. You know, when you dance, there's a sense of freedom. Those thoughts, those clutters, those chatters in the head ceases, and you just enjoy that freedom. Freedom to be yourself. And of course, freedom to explore. And why I say freedom to explore is, you know, we say the Indian classical dance forms are steeped in philosophy and mythology. We talk about absorbing and basking in its rich cultural tapestry. But do we really do that? Most often what we do, we relegate it to the back burner, saying that it's not relevant, people can't connect to it. It doesn't address the present day generation. I beg to differ here. If you read through our epics and go through the Indian mythology and literature, we would soon learn that they are a treasure trove. We learn about the socio-economic political scenario, which, by the way, was far more progressive. The characters found in mythology and epics are very interesting if one can invest the time and energy. Because for me personally, I've seen that, you know, many times I have my friends say, how do you make this particular character in mythology relevant? And I think if you actually spend time with that character, you would know that you can't really demarcate it. Because as a society, we love to box things, we love to label things. We really can't do that. Because there's nothing right, wrong, black or white. The shades that you find in these characters are something that you find in each one of us. Sometimes I found it in my mother, sometimes in myself, sometimes in my friends. And that's when I thought, oh wow, now I have this tool, Bharatanatyam, in my hand, and now I can explore. I can see how can I connect with them? What do they represent? You know, how do I make it relatable and deeply interesting for the people and for myself? That's when I found the freedom. And art does this. It gives you the roots to grow and the wings to fly. Sometimes when your life seems scarily unmapped, when challenges come up, I've experienced the healing power of this art form. We human go through a lot of tough and crests in our lives. And I have found that it is this art form that has actually held my hand. When I went through a couple of tough periods in my life, it was during those days that I began to engage with my art in a way that I'd never done before. It became my companion, someone to lean on. Diving into the limitless depths gave me peace and comfort. I started seeing a new world. My perception about myself and the world around changed. It helped me stay afloat and tide over these situations. Dance practice became a cathartic experience. That's when I truly fell in love with my art. It anchored me, rejuvenated, and propelled me to forge ahead. I'll conclude this with just a few lines written by my student, Divya Sridhar. She learns dance from me. So she was all of 6 when she joined me, and some of my students joined me when they were around 6 years. and now they're around 19, 20, so they've been with me for almost 15 years. And this is a small excerpt from an essay that she wrote for her college admission in the US. So, because I believe, I just learned from somebody that I belong to Gen Z, Gen X, I don't know. Anyway, all of it sounds like I'm some lost planet. So I feel maybe these lines will resonate with the students of today's time. She writes, and I quote, so she's actually a third-year college student at the University of San Francisco, majoring in data science and neuroscience, is a research assistant at UCSF, University California, San Francisco, studying how technology and neuroscience can work together. Her research uses data to analyze diabetes and neurodegenerative disorders like depression, Alzheimer's, as well as finding out how dance and meditation helps improve cognitive function. She says, in high school, dance seemed like an extracurricular class to me, but became a very important part of my life as it was an outlet to relieve my stress from academics. Throughout the years, I found myself becoming more creative and started solving problems in my personal life with unique, impactful solutions. Dance has actually been an integral factor in my life, which connected two subjects I thought were vastly different into one interconnected field. Dance has helped me find passion in the life and has brought me to where I am today. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspirational and thought-provoking words. Being a Bharatanatyam dancer myself, I can definitely relate to what you said. Art indeed does give one a unique perspective to life. And here at LLA, students are encouraged to pursue all kinds of arts, be it music, dance, drama, drawing, you name it. Thank you, ma'am.
We now request all the dignitaries to occupy the seats of the dais. Please give a round of applause for our dignitaries. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to share with you our achievements that made the year 2022. It had been an extra special, an eventful, and a memorable one. We now have a video presentation of our annual report.
A very warm welcome to each and every one present here today in this beautiful amphitheatre. I'm extremely grateful to my mentor, my guru, Dr. Mrs. Y.G. Parsarthi, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to establish ourselves at Bangalore, and PSBB LLA is now stepping into its 17th year. I am indeed grateful to every member of the school, the teachers, students, staff, and of course, dear parents, for standing with us through these years and helping us gain strength after strength. We were almost invisible during the 2 years of the pandemic, but now we have emerged happily back again to the old spectrum of quality education and training our students to be one of the best. We would now like to share our year's achievements with you. Our school achieved a 100% result in AISSE Class 10 and AISSCE Class 12. Class 10 students secured centums in mathematics, Sanskrit, science, social studies and English. A proud moment indeed. Regular ISO audits authenticate and refine the system to match the ISO standards, with the management review meeting MRM being held twice a year. In keeping with the ISO processes, we conduct regular evacuation drills. Students won awards at the business battle conducted by Padma Sheshadri Vaibhavam Nungambakam. We won the overall championship at BIS Collatus organized by the PSBB Millennium School, Coimbatore. Our students also won second prize for their research papers at Junior Social Scientist competition organized by Christ Junior College. Our young writers showcased their admirable writing skills at Millennium Miraculum and Inter-PSBB Millennium Writing Competition and at Pen It, organized by Bangalore Sahodaya School Complex Association. Two of our students, Vishnu T. Menon and Kalyan S. of Class 11, will be representing Karnataka ecosystem. Union Bank conducted U-Genius, a national level quiz on general awareness. Out of 140 schools, our students were adjudged the runners-up. India 75 is the theme for this academic year. A plethora of activities carried out during the year
has provided a great learning to our multi-talented students. In keeping with this theme, our extravagant annual educational project brought forth the kaleidoscopic achievements of India under one roof. A cornucopia of activities by our tiny tots and the primary students in keeping with the current theme. PSBB LLA continues to be the lead collaborator school. We were awarded the Best Collaborator Award by the Bangalore Sahodaya. We are the mentor school for a few CBSE affiliate schools wherein we extend complete support in all aspects of schooling to our group schools. We welcomed our young leaders, our council members, who pledged to discharge their duties with responsibility. Educational field trips organized to provide a learning opportunity to students outside the classroom. Teachers had multiple opportunities to attend subject-oriented programs to hone their skills. Senior secondary students got a taste of attainable opportunities at the career counseling sessions.
I would like to now conclude this report by thanking my mentors. Definitely Dr. Mrs. Vaibhavam Patsarthi has been the leader, and she continues to lead all of us. I am grateful to Mrs. Sheila Rajendra, Mr. Shantanu Prakash, Mr. Abhinav Dhar, and Mr. YG Rajendra for enabling us to carry on good work in our institution with able support and guidance. I would like to once again thank each one of you for being of such support and enabling us to do this great work. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Mic check. That was a great report.
A bag full of achievements.
What an eventful year.
Being a 12th grader, this is indeed a bittersweet moment for me, since this is my last annual day as a student in PSBB LLA, where I have spent nearly a decade constantly learning and honing new skills, making memories and lifelong friendships.
Very well put, Manaswani. I couldn't have phrased it better. This year has been quite an eventful one, from clubs to LLA Panorama. I can confidently speak for me and the other Class 12 students and alumni in the audience. This video was extremely overwhelming. It showcased the memories that we will cherish for the entirety of our lives.
Patriotism is religion, and religion is love for India.
सरफरोशी की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में है, देखना है जोर कितना बाजुए कातिल में है.
Whoa, these quotes are sure to give you goosebumps.
If just this gave you goosebumps, just wait till you hear what our friends Karun and Varsha have to share.
Citizens' heads held high in pride, splendor of diversity personified, a blend of traditions and cultures, languages, thoughts and ideas unified. Home to pioneers in every field in demand, architectural wonders that resplendently stand, preserved heritage fueling development of the future. That's the spirit of my beloved motherland. Against the plundering of our wealth and will we rose. The oppression our leaders did gallantly oppose. Weapons of non-violence were vehemently wielded, and independent India our freedom struggle has yielded.
As on that day the hoisted flag did flutter in the breeze that had a new era to usher, a tryst with destiny that reverberated on in synchronization with the vibrant tricolor. A country built from scratch with grit and determination. A path forged from visions born of the jubilation. An elaborate and accommodative constitution drafted, adopting democratic values in its people's coronation. Crowned by mountain ranges, the oceans touch its feet. Expanses rich in resources, where rivers in abundance meet. A land of geographical bounty and affluence of culture, the regions of India, let us explore and greet.
The greenery of the plains, lying by lofty Himalayan peaks, the tap of classical Kathak, of rich North Indian culture speaks. The delectations of spice, sunlit temple towers and seashore, the classical Bharatnatyam grace, revel in South Indian culture as it's brought to the fore. Sculptures and religious relics stand tall. Renowned saints and sages have answered the spiritual call. Acceptance and tolerance are values we hold dear. The nation's hospitality and festivity spread across the globe, warmth and cheer.
From Pamban Bridge to skywalks and ceilings we have built. Our development in science technology is to the hilt. Chanakya's Arthashastra introduced political proficiency to the world, while with Dhanvantri's expertise, new frontiers in ancient medicine were unfurled. I welcome you all on this propitious day to witness a unique and stellar display of literatures put up in celebration of our nation by our own students of PSBB LLA.
Boy, what a ride it has been. As the nation celebrates Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we too felt the need to delve deeper and hence chose India 75 as the theme of the year.
As we stand at the threshold of Amrit Kal, our country India needs the goal of J.R.D. Tata, vision of Vikram Sarabhai, faith of Vivekananda and the values of Buddha to become the superpower. We need to articulate our vision, firm up a goal and get everyone on board to the future vision.
And what better way to honor all great people instrumental in bringing India thus far in its journey in spirit of self-reliant India.
True, Trisha. And Sahithya Vaibhavam of Bards and Ballads, our 17th annual day, unfolds the theme of the year, India 75, which aims to celebrate the Vaibhava of the virtuosos of our great motherland.
The cultural extravaganza will begin with the iconic invocation Sharanu Siddhi Vinayaka, our pranam to Lord Ganesha. It is the tradition of our school to begin any gracious occasion with this soul-stirring Devarnama, composed by Purandara Dasa in Hamir Kalyani Raga set to Mishra Chaputala. Our school choir, consisting of class 7 students, accompanied by Mahati Sharada on the violin, Siddharth Sriram on the keyboard, and Arun Shivakumar on the tabla, will transport us into a spiritual world of classical music.
That was truly spiritual. The mellifluous notes of the live performance is still resonating in my ears.
It's January.
Why? Any doubts?
The nip in the air, Margari, the auspicious month, the rendition of Tirupavai. The world of music and dance wakes up with full gusto in the winter months. Saint Tyagaraja's Kirtana is in every home and in sabhas is a culture of South India. Today, our talented young amateur musicians of PSBB LLA are going to present Endaro Mahanubhavalu. This kriti has been taken to pay respect to all the great composers and story writers in India. And today's presentation, Sahithya Vaibhavam, celebrates some of the Sahithya Academy awardees. I believe this recital is quite challenging and required intense practice sessions. And here they are, our school choir, presenting this divine kriti set to Sri Ragam. The highlight of this presentation is the accompanying artists, Arpita Kulur and Vaishnavi Samprati on the violin, Hamsa Meena and Lavanya Shrikant on the veena, Govind Raj on the keyboard, Mr. Sukrit Srinivas on the mridangam, and Mr. Harish Chandra on the kanjira.
So, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this musical extravaganza by our friends from classes 8 to 12.
Andariki Vandanamulu.
Wasn't that a melodious and divine rendition? Pancharatna Kritis describe the divine beauty of Sri Rama, whom Tyagaraja worshipped. This composition is rarely taught and rarely heard in concerts as it demands perfection. And today, our young performers kept up to the mark of excellence. Can we have another echoing applause for a young vocalist and instrumentalist for this soul-stirring performance? A beautiful evening. The ambience is just right, and the mood in the amphitheatre is set. You are now going to witness a spectacle with close to 500 students appearing in this indigenous production today, well-researched and tailor-made by a team of teachers, students, and alumni. Now, it's time to take you all through an enthralling journey into the mesmerizing world of Wizard of Words. Ladies and gentlemen, just sit back and enjoy Sahithya Vaibhavam, or Bards and Ballads in Total Theatre.
I am a bard. I am a yogi. I sing ballads and many a story. I travel far and wide, praising India's glory. Jnane jogi, jnane jogi. And I tell stories.
Stories? Do you have anything new to tell us?
Of course. Today I will narrate something from Varakkan Pattukkal. ഞാൻ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ട് ഒരു വടക്കൻ വീരഗാഥ എന്ന ചിത്രം. Well, the great writer Vasudevan Nair, a Sahithya Academy Award winner, was inspired by these ballads and has made it into this movie. Padma Bhushan Vasudevan Nair was a prolific and versatile author of modern Malayalam literature. He received the prestigious Sahithya Academy Award in the year 1970. This is a story of Unni Archa, a warrior woman who excelled in Kalari Payattu.
We are being troubled. We are frightened. എന്താണ് സംഭവിച്ചത്? We are being attacked again. Calm down. What is it? Unniyarche, it is the same group of traders, the outsiders. They are so aggressive. They want to snatch away all our wealth. Aggressive? In our land? Arche, they are big, tall, with red eyes, have fierce weapons. So what? How do we fight them? We are protected by Lokanar Kavilamma and Lord Parashuram, the warrior of warriors. Should we fear such people? These traders. I am sure you are made of stronger willpower and spiritual strength too. Yendanani Bhayam. Let's face them.
What a melodious song! तू है सृष्टि ब्रह्म तेरे पिता प्रणामु ब्रह्मपुत्रा प्रणामु ब्रह्मपुत्रा हुबो माघ बिहु
Who are you? You look strange.
I am a bard. I am a yogi. I sing ballads and many a story. I travel far and wide, praising India's glory. My jogi, my jogi. Moi tumma keta hadukom. I am on the sacred banks of Brahmaputra to tell you all a story.
Huh? Do you know Assamese?
I not only speak Assamese fluently, but I know the history of Assam equally well. I am proud to be in the land of the Ahom rulers.
That's wonderful. Join us in our Magh Bihu celebrations. Can you please tell us a story?
Of course. That's why I'm here, to tell a story about the mighty Brahmaputra, Shantanu Kulanandan.
Shantanu Kulanandan. Is it another name for Brahmaputra?
Brahmaputra, the only male river of India, is considered to be the son of sage Shantanu, born by the grace of Lord Brahma. Hence the name, Shantanu Kulanandan. It is serene and calm today, but not always. Let me tell the story, Shantanu Kulanandan. You know, this story has been written by one of the greatest storytellers of Assam, Purabi Bormudoi. Purabi Bormudoi was an Assamese writer, known for her social, periodical novels and short stories. She pursued writing stories on topics close to her heart, like the saga of Brahmaputra. She was awarded the prestigious Sahithya Academy Award in the year 2007.
Sound at midnight suddenly woke up the village.
The Brahmaputra had torn through an embankment somewhere.
Its waters flowed swiftly through the village.
Hearing the roar of the gushing waters, panic-stricken people rushed to the safer portion of the embankment.
While the women picked up whatever few household items they could hurriedly collect, the men watched the flow of the water at the breached portion.
The gushing water soon inundated fields, homes, and the village roads. In no time, the entire village was underwater.
Oh, Shantanu Kulanandan, why have you taken such a terrible form? The people of this valley have, through the ages, realized your immense power. Civilizations have thrived by your banks. But why have you assumed a devastating form?
Oh Shantanu Kulanandan, I know you do not willingly want to cause such massive destruction. Yes, we the human race is responsible for ruining the river. But the awareness of our people has increased. We are on a cleanliness drive, and I am sure we shall be more responsible henceforth.
We pray to you with folded hands, O
Shantanu Kulanandan. Chalo, let's continue our celebration.
Bihu bihu lagi sega bihu maro wahana Uru puri se mon apak na sohana Sini sinu lage tomak namti tomar kumana Bihu maro wahana apak na sohana Namti tomar kumana jan Bihu bihu lagi sega bihu maro wahana Uru puri se mon apak na sohana Sino lage tumak namte tomar kumana Bihu maro wahana dapat nasro wahana namte tomar kumana jan Oh nasamiye nasiya Bihu gite patiga Bihu gite patiga Bihu gite patiga Siuri mahare pati kapilo ahator kala pero yukal matal lagalo Siuri mahare pati kapilo ahator kala pero yukal matal lagalo Nasaniye nasiya Bihu bite patilo Bihu nasagan Bihu bihu lagi segan bihu maru wahana Uru kori semon apak na sohana Sinu sinu lage tuman namte tomar kumana Bihu maro wahana apak na sohana namte tomar kumana
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். We welcome you to Srimati Rajalakshmi Vidyalaya. Our school was inspired by my guru, my teacher, Dr. Rajalakshmi Parthasarathi. She is a great educationist. It is her blessings that has made me live my dream. And this is what you see today. I will now call upon our young announcers.
எல்லோருக்கும் வணக்கம். We are celebrating பாரதியா தினம். பாரதி கண்ட புதுமை பெண்.
Sir, would you like to speak? Definitely.
யாரது? யாரது? எனக்கு தெரியலையே. எனக்கும் தெரியலையே.
I am a bard. I am a yogi. I sing ballads and many a story. I travel far and wide, praising India's glory. Nandan Jogi, Nandan Jogi.
My dear friend, Bharatiyar Bharatidasan, do you know the connection? Your headmaster was inspired by YGP ma'am. Bharatidasan
was inspired by Bharatiyar. Pavendra Bharatidasan, the king of poets. Born as K. Subburattinam, he was deeply influenced by Subramanya Bharatiyar, and hence he named himself Bharatidasan, follower of Bharati. He has written many poems, short stories, film scripts, and essays. He received the prestigious Sahithya Academy Award in 1969.
Sir, Bharatidasan எழுதின ஒரு பாட்டு சொல்லி தரீங்களா?
Yes, of course, I will. You know what this song speaks about? Music and poetry as a therapy.
துன்பமேகையில் யாரெடுத்து நீ இன்பம் சேர்க்க மாட்டாயா எமக்கின்பம் சேர்க்க மாட்டாயா அன்பிலா நெஞ்சில் தமிழ் பாடி நீ வெல்ல நீக்க மாட்டாயா அல்ல நீக்க மாட்டாயா எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து பாடலாமா?
This year is the 141st birth anniversary of Bharatiyar. He has written songs about patriotism, women empowerment, and so much more. பாட்டும் கேட்கலாம், நாட்டியமும் பார்க்கலாம். की जय! What a divine sight this is. We are truly blessed. I am twice blessed. I was here to witness the grandeur of the Kashi Tamil Sangamam.
Such a beautiful confluence of culture. Tamil Nadu from south, Uttar Pradesh from north. Ma Ganga has united us.
Sir, may I take a picture of you? You look very interesting. Who are you?
I am a bard. I am a yogi. I sing ballads and many a story. I travel far and wide, praising India's glory. मैं हूँ जोगी, मैं हूँ जोगी. By the way, who are you?
Sir, we are the students of Hindi literature from Banaras University. We have been inspired by the richness of the state.
There is a mini fest hosted by us.
बहुत खूब, अत्युत्तम. Whose works are you studying about?
Makhanlal Chaturvedi, Sumitra Nandan Pant.
Such great poets.
And currently, it is Harivansh Rai Bachchan.
Oh, Harivansh Rai Bachchan. Padma Bhushan Harivansh Rai Bachchan was an Indian poet whose works were known for their lyrical beauty. Through his poems, he focused on the common man's urge for freedom. He received the prestigious Sahithya Academy Award in the year 1968. Agnipath, Agnipath, Agnipath.
That's the theme for our street play.
सुनो 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 एक कहानी सुनो नुक्कड़ नाटक की जुबानी सुनो 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 एक कहानी सुनो नुक्कड़ नाटक की जुबानी
मैं थक गई, परेशान हो गई। ये मुसीबतें मेरा पीछा ही नहीं छोड़ती। नहीं, मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकती। यह कैसी निराशा भरी बातें कर रही है।
अरे, कठिनाइयों का सामना करना ही तो जीवन है। चलो उठो।
हाँ हाँ, सही कहा भाई। संघर्ष से ही जीवन की सीख मिलती है।
अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ।
अग्निपथ? इसका मतलब क्या है भाई? बिना थके, बिना हारे, बिना मुड़े अपना रास्ता खुद तय करना।
सुनो 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 नुक्कड़ नाटक की जुबानी नुक्कड़ नाटक की जुबानी अग्निपथ 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 वृक्ष हो भले खड़े हो घने हो बड़े एक पत्र छाओ भी मांग मत मांग मत मांग मत अग्निपथ 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 तू न थकेगा कभी तू न रुकेगा कभी तू न मुड़ेगा कभी कर शपथ कर शपथ कर शपथ अग्निपथ 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 यह महान दृश्य है चल रहा मनुष्य है अश्रु स्वेद रक्त से लथपथ 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 अग्निपथ अग्निपथ अग्निपथ
Ah, I see that you are going to entertain us with Kathak.
This festive evening will be incomplete without a Kathak performance. Hamari Shan.
I have something interesting to share. Do you know its origin? The Kathakars were the original storytellers of this region, and that's how the dance came to be known as Kathak.
Oh!
Let's enjoy this performance.
din din na din din na na din din na din din na की निर्मल धारा में जो कल कल छल छल शब्द बहे, काशी की पावन लहरों में पल पल विश्वास का अर्थ मिले। कहीं अतुपान सी बहती हो, कहीं चोर में, कहीं और में, कहीं बहती हो हर तुक में तुम। हर शब्द अर्थ का भाव मिले, गंगा तुम स्वयं हो कविता, जिसमें कविता का अर्थ मिले, जिसमें कविता का अर्थ मिले, जिसमें कविता का अर्थ मिले।
Teachers, can we have you all here? I hope you are all getting ready for our annual festival. Chakkaga Undali. It should be very good.
Kachitanga, sir.
Definitely, yes, sir.
स्वतंत्र जाति मादी स्वतंत्र देशम मादी स्वतंत्र जाति भारत देश में माँ देशो भारतीयों माँ प्रजलो भारत देश में माँ देशो भारतीयों माँ प्रजलो मादी स्वतंत्र देशम मादी स्वतंत्र जाति विंध्य हिमवती नीलादुल संध्यारुणितनवासलु मावि गंगा गोदावरी सह्यजा तुंग तरंगित दयाल मावि विंध्य हिमवती नीलादुल संध्यारुणितनवासलु मावि गंगा गोदावरी सह्यजा तुंग तरंगित दयाल मावि मादी स्वतंत्र देशम मादी स्वतंत्र जाति मादी स्वतंत्र देशम मादी स्वतंत्र जाति.
Did you sing this song?
Are you an actor? To answer you, yes, I sang the song. To answer you, I am a bard, I am a yogi. I sing ballads and many a story. I travel far and wide, praising India's glory. Nene jogi. Madi Swatantra Desam. How sweet Telugu language is.
This song has beautiful lyrics.
What do you know about this song?
It is a Telugu patriotic song.
Written by Balantrapu Rajinikanth Rao. Balantrapu Rajinikanth Rao was an Indian writer, composer and poet in Telugu. He received the prestigious Sahithya Academy Award in the year 1961. He composed the first Telugu patriotic song of independent India. He has also written biographies of famous music composers such as Tyagaraja, Annamacharya and Bhadrachala Ramadas.
What a coincidence! Today, in our annual event, we are performing for a kriti of Bhadrachala Ramadas. Why don't you join us?
I love Marathi theatre, and today I have come to the right place. Nat Samrat, such a great play, written by Vishnu Vaman Shirwadkar. Vishnu Vaman Shirwadkar, popularly known as Kusumagraj, was a Marathi poet, playwright, novelist, and short story writer. He was inspired by William Shakespeare's works. He received the prestigious Sahithya Academy Award in the year 1974. How wonderful it would be if I could get into the world of this great play, Nat Samrat. Let me introduce myself. I am a bard. I am a yogi. I sing ballads and many a story. I travel far and wide, praising India's glory. We are here Jogi, we are here Jogi.
Sir, what brings you here?
I have come here to meet Shri Ganpat Bhavalkar, Nat Samrat.
I? Nat Samrat?
Your own grandfather.
He is old and weak, doesn't even remember anything these days.
Not just me, but a lot of people are waiting outside to meet him. Such a great playwright, greater personality. He is the Mahaguru for all of us.
Nat Samrat ki jai! Jai! Nat Samrat ki jai!
Our Ajoba, so famous.
Namaskar. I am Vijay Gaikwad, the Secretary of Shivaji Academy of Performing Arts. Our Guru, Sri Ganpat Bhavalkar, is being recognized for a Lifetime Achievement Award.
He can't come anywhere. He is too old.
We have brought the award here.
Baba, these people want to meet you.
Namaste Mahoday. We have all come here to felicitate you for your wonderful work. Please accept our humble offerings.
Who? Who has come to see me? Why?
Sir, you are our greatest inspiration. We have all grown up listening to your dialogues.
Do you remember one of your popular dialogues? Zagava ki marava.
Based on Shakespeare's Hamlet.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Zagava ki marava. हा एकच सवाल आहे. कोणी घर देतं का? घर. एक तूफान आला कोणी घर देतं का? एक तूफान भिंती वाचून, छपरा वाचून, माणसाचा माय वाचून, देवाचा दया वाचून, डोंगरा डोंगरात हिंडत आहे. कोणी घर देतं का रे? घर.
What is the matter?
I have a project to submit on Monday. ಹೆಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಮ್ಮ.
ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್? ನಾನ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
I have to do a presentation on Kuvanpu.
Kuvanpu, ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಕವಿ. So much of material is available online.
Yes. Why are you so confused with this project? ಮನೆ ಮನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ, ಮನೆ ಮನೆ ಮುದ್ದು ಮನೆ, ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಕುವೆಂಪು ಅವರ ಪದ್ಯ.
ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನನಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಮ್ಮ. I don't want ready-made information. Everyone will get that. I want to present something unique. I want to include some real-life experiences. Think of something. Real life.
I don't know. I'm too busy.
Real life experiences?
I think he studied in Mysore. Can we go to Mysore?
Oh, that will be quite difficult.
ಪುಟ್ಟ, ಈಗ ಮಲ್ಗಪ್ಪ, ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ನೋಡೋಣ.
Wish we could help him, Papa.
Amma! Appa!
ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಪುಟ್ಟ? Calm down.
Amma! Some man with a topi, black coat, kappu meese. It seemed so real. He was calling me.
Calling you? Calling you where?
He said, Kuvanpu, Kuppalli, Kavimane.
Hey, are you still caught up with your project? Go back to sleep.
Don't get too worried, dear. ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಮಲಗು.
Kavimane seems to be a good idea. Let's go tomorrow.
ಅಮ್ಮ, ಅಪ್ಪ, ಇವರೇ ಅವರು.
What? Yarappa?
In my dream. Let us listen to him. He's saying something.
ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ. ಹೌದು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕವೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ, ಸ್ವರ್ಗಕ್ಕಿಂತಲೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು. Do you recognize this beautiful house? In the majestic Sahyadri mountains, in the beautiful Tirthalli forest, ನಮ್ಮ ಕವಿ ಮನೆ. It belongs to none other than our Rashtrakavi Kuvanpu. Padma Bhushan Kuppalli Venkatappa Puttappa, popularly known as Kuvanpu, was a poet, playwright, novelist and critic. He is widely regarded as the greatest Kannada poet of the 20th century. He received numerous awards, including the prestigious Sahithya Academy Award in the year 1955. Welcome to Kuppalli.
Are you the guide here?
I am a guide, but of a different kind. I am a bard. I am a yogi. I sing ballads and many a story. I travel far and wide praising India's glory. Nanu jogi, Nanu jogi.
It is heartening to see so many tourists visiting Kavimane.
This was a sudden plan. Thanks to our son, we are here today.
Ah, my dream boy. Kavimane is built in Malenadu style. Has a very good collection of Kuvanpu's photographs, names of family members household artifacts, and books written by him. Let's take a quick tour.
We heard that Kuvempu was an English poet first and later on switched to Kannada. Is that true?
Oh yes, there is a very interesting incident about this which I will share with you. You all know Kuvempu studied in Maharaja College, Mysore. He followed his passion for writing poetry in English. It was this visiting Irish poet, James Cousins, who appreciated Kuvempu's writing, but advised him to try writing poetry in the regional language, like Rabindranath Tagore.
This is so good. I can put it in my presentation.
Interestingly, our president, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, had quoted Kuvempu in her first Independence Day address to the nation.
What beautiful poems Kuvempu has written. Let me add something more. Banni ನೋಡೋಣ ಕುವೆಂಪು ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಭಾವಗೀತೆ.
Bhaya
What a show! Needless to say, they deserve a thunderous round of applause for their performance. There is more to this enthralling extravaganza.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's fill the air with ovation for our pillars of strength. Indeed, graceful.
Continue, just continue. Continue.
So here we are.
Yes, we may.
I'm sure our esteemed guests would like to share some of their thoughts about the program.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. I think we should give this wonderful performance a lovely round of applause. You know, after a show like this, they ask us to speak a few words. Eppadi pesradhu, few words. Such a fantastic achievement. They have taken months to put this together. I'll try to say it in 2 words. Romba pramadam. I'm sure that is understood by everybody. You know, PSBB turns 65 years this year. The school was started on January 18th, 1958. We completed 65 years. And in 17 years, PSBB LLA seems to have caught up with it. Hats off to them. The philosophy of Mrs. YGP, the founder, and PSBB is education through entertainment. What a better way to entertain and educate at the same time. In the matter of 75 minutes, 75 years of India, not 75 years of India, 7,500 years of India is brought together on stage today. The vibrant dances, the costumes, and the fact that what unites India is art. This is what we have understood through this evening, and I hope this message goes through to all of you. Many of you may go abroad and study there. Never ever forget your roots. Please come back and develop this great country, which is now the 5th largest economy in the world, slated to be the 2nd or 3rd in the year 2030. Please do come back and continue to serve Bharat. Thank you, Mrs. Mahalakshmi. I would like her to come and stand. She didn't come onto the stage. Mrs. Mahalakshmi Kumar, please. Please give her a round of applause. Everybody got introduced. She deserves all the applause for putting this together along with all of them. Careful. Wonderful show. Such a satisfying evening. We all go back. As I said, Romba Pramadam. Actually, Romba Pramadam. Thank you so much. I request Navya ma'am to speak just a few words.
No, I'm fine. This was not I really am short of words to say right now because it's a huge endeavor. A lot of effort has been put into just stage this. It's no mere feat. So all I can tell all the young students and their teachers is thank you and a huge namaskaram to all of you. It is not an easy thing to do. God bless you and may you proceed in life with all the joy and blessings. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm completely left speechless, so therefore I will not say a word. Just let you, stay with that wonderful ethereal experience that these students happen to present to us, carry it with us back home, and yes, definitely with an added message that Mr. YG Radhendra gave, which is very, very apt, that it is, our thousands of years of legacy, all coagulated and conceptualized into 175 minutes of performance. It's a wonderful way to educate our children about all our wonderful history, our literature, our art forms. So absolutely spectacular.
Thank you for those inspiring words.
Keep standing, keep standing.
I, Shubhang, am honored to propose the vote of thanks on our 17th annual day, Sahithya Vaibhavam of Bards and Ballads. We would like to acknowledge and thank each and everyone present here. We are extremely grateful to have the Honorable Chief Guest, Ms. Navya Natarajan, for taking her time to be with us. We are ever thankful to the management and other dignitaries for gracing the occasion. A big thank you to our dear parents for their unconditional support and gathering here with enthusiasm. An event like this cannot happen overnight. We take this opportunity to thank our ever-inspiring and innovative Principal Ma'am, Mrs. Mahalakshmi Kumar. This unique presentation of Annual Day in Total Theatre is the brainchild of our dear Principal Ma'am, who constantly encourages us to be our best version. We extend our thanks to our Vice Principal, Mrs. Jayashri Sundaram, for her constant support. We are forever grateful to our coordinators for their guidance and motivation. A big thank you to all teachers for their dedication, help and support to bring out the best in us. Thank you participants for your cooperation. A special thanks to Mr. Naveen Chand, our Assistant General Manager, and his team for their unconditional support. We thank Mr. Sanjay of Odyssey for the technical support. We thank Mr. Sumant, the sound engineer of Akshara Digital Studio, for helping us with the recording. We thank Mr. Tirumalesh of Shri Costumes for providing us with colorful and appropriate costumes. We thank the Shri Makeup Company too. A special thanks to Mr. Hari of Harsha Creations for video and photography. Special thanks to Royal Durga Logistics Private Limited, who has always supported us ever since the inception of the school. This is Shubhang signing off, eagerly waiting for next year's production. Please rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे